Welcome back.
Hey, Stanley.
Yeah, George?
How'd you like your own TV show?
Hey, I got something to mail you out.
Oh, you be careful now, you hear? Before you go and say something you're going to regret for the rest of your days.
Like what? Like the wrong kid died?
Oh, no!
Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of The Wrong Podcast Died. I'm Brian.
And I'm Rod.
And we have a special guest again with us for this episode because love is in the air.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around.
And everyone's single on this episode but me. Unless things have changed. Yeah, by the time we record this.
I'm going to guess not.
I mean, it's fine. Love is in the air whether you're single or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's this thing called self-love that lots of people can do.
So true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Lion's Den all throughout the United States. It's a chain.
There's a website.
And a website?
Yeah, it's called like Pornhub.
I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you meant for the Lion's Den. I was like, it's probably an MMA website or the other kind of website.
So you are sponsored by Adam and Eve, right?
Oh, we should be.
I know.
Maybe we could be.
But you're not, so.
No, not yet. But
Yeah.
Thank you for the idea. So introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is Autumn. I was here for the Halloween episode, and I'm back for Valentine's Day. Those are the only two holidays I celebrate.
Is this like, what's that love connection? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Autumn.
Yeah. And I love long walks on the beach.
Pina coladas.
Pina coladas? No, not really. Margaritas, maybe, but not really alcohol. I don't know. Maybe a soda, a nice Coca-Cola.
For this episode, we let Autumn pick the movie again, and she picked the 1998 romantic comedy, You've Got Mail.
Woo!
When did this release, Rod?
December 18th, 1998.
And you were turning how old?
20 years old.
Oh my God.
So December 18th is Rod's birthday.
It's his birthday.
Right?
Ever since 1978.
Did you go out on your birthday and watch this film? You remember?
This was a first time watch for me.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
We'll find out.
Well, we got to wait till we get to the ratings. Yeah.
Okay.
So the film stars Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, being 46 now. When I've watched this in the past, I was like, yeah, she's cute. Meg Ryan's really cute in this movie
She's
now.
hot.
She's like right in my wheelhouse. She's like the cute girl at the bookstore or like my kid's first grade kindergarten teacher or something like that. Like that's what she reminds me of though,
No,
right?
for sure. And
Yeah.
she's like, she dresses modestly, but she's like never wearing a bra and she's just like bouncing around the movie. I swear.
Yeah, now that
She's
I think about
so
that.
cute.
You got a lot of great side actors and actresses too. You got Greg Kinnear, Parker Posey. There's Jean Stapleton, who played Edith Bunker from All in the Family.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then Dave Chappelle of all people.
I know. Wasn't that funny?
There's a story behind that though.
Oh my
Don't
God, tell me.
forget, Steve's on.
Dabney Coleman from Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, he's the dad. And the grandpa is somebody too.
John Randolph. He was in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, just the stacked cast.
Directed by Nora Ephron.
Do you like Parker Posey?
I liked her in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, you little freshman bitches! All right! That was pathetic! Let's try it again! That means get up, you lazy little bitches! Get up!
So it's about a young lady who owns a bookstore. It was her mother's bookstore. It's a local bookstore in New York. This is where I get kind of lost on the first part of the movie. She's in a relationship and Tom Hanks is in a relationship, but they're both kind of stepping out on the internet when the internet's like early. You know, this would be like Snapchatting another woman right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you picked a movie about infidelity.
Well, okay, we can get into that, but I don't really think so.
They weren't very committed though.
Yeah, they weren't very committed. I think they were casually dating pretty much. And then, I don't know, who cares as long as you end up with your person, right?
I think the sex wasn't that great for either of them. So
They were
Probably
casually
not.
dating. They lived together, all four of them.
No, wait, yeah, I guess he
Yeah.
did maybe. Well, whatever, they figured it out.
Meg Ryan's character, her boyfriend was obviously more in love with himself and his typewriters.
Mhm.
And Tom Hanks' character, his girlfriend was obviously
She was just a bitch.
just not a nice person,
Mhm.
maybe.
and then in love with the guy with the typewriters.
She falls in love with the guy at the typewriters. Meg Griffin's mother leaves her this bookstore. It's a little bookstore in New York. Tom Hanks' character is...
You mean Meg Ryan?
Meg Ryan, yeah, not Meg Griffin.
Hey, Meg, did you get less ugly?
Yeah.
So Tom Hanks' character is Joe Fox.
Fox.
Yeah, Fox. And Kathleen Kelly is Meg Ryan's character.
Joe Fox. His family owns Fox and Son Books, which is like Barnes and Noble. They are building a store. Dave Chappelle is his assistant or maybe the manager or something.
It's like several floors tall.
Yeah, it's like a Barnes and Noble.
On steroids.
Maybe on steroids,
mall.
but there are Barnes and Nobles I've been into that are like this, where it's like on one floor is this and the coffee, and then there's another floor, and then there's another floor. They're all kind of set up different, but I believe they wanted to film this in a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and they wouldn't give them permission for it.
Because Barnes & Noble didn't want to close down. And after watching the film, I'm also like, and Barnes & Noble did not want to feel like a bad people, you know, like that they were having local mom and pop bookstores shut down. And I don't even know if they would use Barnes & Noble's name, but they distanced themselves from the film.
So they built the whole stage from scratch.
Got Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, who had previously appeared together in Joe vs. the Volcano, Sleepless in Seattle.
2 out of those 3 are from Nora Ephron. Did that Sleepless in Seattle.
They'd worked together quite a bit. And I like Tom in these roles because he's not this like overly chiseled, amazing looking guy. He makes you, other than having a lot of money and being an asshole for the majority of the movie, he's just kind of like a normal guy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you can relate to it more in that way. Like, I feel like he reminds you of all the guys that you know, and, you know.
He's compared to James Stewart a lot, and which is ironic because this movie is sort of based off of a movie that James Stewart was in called Shop Around the Corner.
Somebody watched Shop Around the Corner for extra credit.
I didn't end up watching it.
Oh,
I know, but my mom told me about it. I do want to watch it. My mom said that instead of email, it was by letter. And I think the man and the woman worked together in a little shop and, you know, kind of disliked each other in the way that they did in this movie a little bit. It sounded like it was very similar. And at the end, he says, instead of "Don't cry, shop girl, 945" or whatever it was, he said her P.O. box.
He was NY152 or something. NY guy or I thought it was 152.
Yeah, I think
it was 152.
It was his address, right?
Yeah, because at one point she like makes fun of it. She's like, who would put their address as who would do that?
Movie about coincidences where these two are writing each other. They actually meet because Tom's character is curious about the little shop that is across the street from his big shop. And then you just see this montage of them passing by each other throughout the beginning of the movie. And eventually they meet because when Tom goes in there with his aunt, right, and his brother, who are about 30 years younger than him.
American Family, he says.
Yeah.
And he kind of just scopes the place out, talks to her. He finds her kind of interesting. And then they meet at a party and she finds out who he really is and she hates him.
And that's where Tom Hanks' character's girlfriend falls in love with Meg Ryan's boyfriend and they kind of hit it off.
And you were talking about the infidelity and the breakup. I loved that breakup scene so much between Meg and her boyfriend.
Yeah, he's like, so I don't really love you.
That's how it should be with so many people, but it's like there's so much ego attached and so much fear, you know what I mean? But God, I feel like so many relationships could break up that way. It's like, let's not do this, you know?
And then he loads his 15 typewriters up in a cab and he leaves. And at this point, Tom Hanks knows who she is. She doesn't. That was another thing. I'm like, at the end, she knows that he knows, right? Like, wouldn't she be mad at him?
I think it takes to the very end before she finds out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Wouldn't you be pissed if like somebody knew something like that? And he used it to get her.
No, he didn't. Because
yes, he did.
No, he just was himself. I loved it. Okay. I loved it because I feel like it was so relatable when you have like a fantasy about someone or something. It normally doesn't come true. And this whole time, of course, she's got her little fantasy about the person that she's emailing, but eventually you know that she's thinking about Tom. What's his character again? What's his name?
Joe.
Okay. Yeah. Fox. And
how do you spell dog? Fox.
I have no idea actually. But you know that she was dreaming dreaming about Joe. And it was so interesting. I realized sometimes when like all your dreams come true and you're like with someone, like in these movies, something human has to happen. And even if the movie ends and we don't see it, you know that you see the bad parts of the person. But it was cool that she got that over with. Like Joe was all she knew about Joe until they became friends, really, was the bad parts, you know? And honestly, for them to start dating, it probably would have been complicated and weird and confusing. But with the backstory of them writing love letters basically to each other for so long, it was like, of course we're doing this.
Well, and she says that at the end, right? She says, I wanted it to be you.
Yeah. And that's kind of how, I don't know if men have this, but you kind of have those things in your head a little bit, you know?
We're wired a lot different.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
My biggest question every day is what's for dinner?
And then you see the dinner and you're like, I wanted it to be you.
Yeah,
when
the
it's
dinner.
like pizza, you're like, oh, I wanted it to be you.
So some stuff about the film. It had a $65 million budget, made $250.8 million.
Yeah, worldwide.
Wow.
Filmed in New York from February of 25th to June 8th in 1998. Pretty good soundtrack. I mean, it was released. Some 50s, 70s stuff. It was fine. George Fenton was the composer. He won a BMI Film Music Award that year. Meg Ryan and Greg Kinnear won a Blockbuster Award that year for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actor in a comedic role.
That's her boyfriend?
Yeah, in the film, Greg Kinnear.
He's so cute.
And they were both, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, almost turned the film down, which seems weird now, but I could see that.
Why?
It didn't really say.
I think it was a lot of what I was just talking about earlier, that he felt like he was being portrayed a lot like James Stewart, and he's getting kind of tired of it.
Ryan worked in a bookstore for like a week. Meg Ryan did, to prepare for the film.
Aww.
Her and Heather Burns.
The brunette in the shop.
I like those little quirky characters.
Yeah, we talked about the Barnes & Noble wouldn't allow them to film in there.
There's also what I found is a Mandela effect in this movie.
Oh?
I'll read what I got here. It says, some fans of the movie swear up and down that they remember an alternate ending to You've Got Mail. If you remember, it ends with Kathleen and Joe seemingly in love, hugging each other in Riverside Park. However, some fans say they remember the film ending with Kathleen reading a book to children inside of a now mini version of her bookstore inside Fox Books. When this was brought up to the Efron sister, Delia, she claimed that there's no such scene ever existed.
I mean, there is a scene where another person is reading a book in the store early on, right?
And she reads one in her store, too.
In her store, but in the Fox Books, there's another younger person reading a book in the Fox Books, but it's not Meg Ryan.
That's weird. I fall victim to the Mandela effect a lot. And placebos, anything, honestly.
On that.
But I didn't with that. That's weird.
They transformed a cheese shop and like antique shop.
No, that's an actual shop in New York that's very famous. Is it Zanzibar or something like that?
Yeah. So they transformed that into the bookstore?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, that's why I saw that.
Are you talking about when she's shopping and doesn't have a cash?
No, that bookstore that is Meg Ryan's bookstore.
Okay.
It was like a antique and like cheese shop. They transformed that.
Yeah.
You can talk about the Dave Chappelle role. You had something on that?
He did this role only because he regretted not taking another role with Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. He was supposed to be, what's his name?
Bubba
Gump.
He was?
Yeah, and he turned it down because of the racist stereotypes of the film.
So Tom offered him this.
So he regretted it. Did he regret it because of the money, or did he later think...
He didn't think it was going to be a big movie.
In hindsight, Dave Chappelle doesn't need that role. But yeah, at that time, maybe he's like, oh, if I'd have done that, I would have been a lot more famous a lot faster.
That's crazy.
What do you think? Should we rate it? You got anything else on the film?
You want to do this or that?
What's this or that?
So this or that is a new segment or part of the podcast that we've started because sometimes we dislike a movie, but we want to give people other options. If they're like, oh, I've already seen You've Got Mail, I want to try something different. I had two.
I've got one right now.
Go ahead.
Like, give me an example.
So my first film is Sleepless in Seattle.
Okay.
If you love You've Got Mail, of course, you're going to go back to a film that has Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan where they're falling in love and watch Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just right there. So that's my this
like
or
that.
that. If I'll let Rod go next, he can tell us what his is, so I don't kind of take his next one. I don't think he'll have it, but
No, mine's another Nora Ephron movie from 1996 called Michael. It's actually one of my favorite John Travolta movies.
You like that movie?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it forever.
It's got Travolta, Andy McDowell, William Hurt, Bob Hoskins from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then Gene Stapleton is also in this one.
And a dog, a really cute dog.
So a little synopsis on it was like Frank and Huey, they work for a tabloid called the National Mirror out of Chicago, and they come across a story about someone claiming to be an angel. They travel to rural Iowa to go meet up with because the angel won't fly. He says he can't fit in coach.
So that's this or that. So if you have an idea of a film that you're like, oh, or if you don't like You've Got Mail, check this one out because I think you would like this instead.
Quickly though, is Michael the one? It is the one with the dog, right?
Yeah, there's a dog in there.
Okay. There's a Nicolas Cage movie that's an angel one, right? Is
that Phenomenon?
No, Phenomenon had Travolta. Nicolas Cage, maybe you're thinking of Family Man, where he's a business executive and then he wakes up, he's married with kids, and he's just seeing his life. It's got Don Cheadle in it, and he's kind of talking to him about it.
Powder? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Powder. That's all I was thinking of, honestly. This or that, that's mine, Powder.
Powder. I don't know is that a love story?
No.
No, but
not really.
Yeah, him and the spoons and the... Okay, so this or that. I'm going to get really weird with this one. You guys might not agree, but my 3 comfort movies, top 3. I mean, I've got quite a few, but I love Clueless and I love 10 Things I Hate About You.
So 10 Things That I Hate About You would be something that would go along this lines.
Because it's Shakespeare.
Yeah. If you like this film, but you're looking for something with maybe a little younger cast, maybe...
Well, it's sweet, it's romantic, and I think the humor is kind of the same. Just they're all pretty likable and also flawed, and, I don't know. It's just...
You've Got Mail would be like for people our age, and 10 Things I Hate About You would be for people that are like in their 30s, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you say? Like,
well, or even young. I mean, yeah.
Or younger. My other this or that is if you want something that's a little more comedic and something a little newer, you go with 50 First Dates.
Oh,
because I feel like Tom Hanks' character in this one and Meg Ryan's character, the mystery and the mystery of he's trying to, at some point to win her over without letting her know. And that's kind of what 50 First Dates is to me. Every day, Adam Sandler has to try to win over Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, that is a very sweet movie.
Yeah.
Can we talk about other love movies you love?
That's it.
Come on, guys. Come on.
We're trying to keep this under an hour.
Okay, all right.
Tiffany? Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's another one for this or that. That is probably my favorite romantic comedy. Would be Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I saw it in theaters.
And I can watch, what's her name? Is it Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. I love her.
I like her, and I like the other girl too.
Yes, Forgetting Sarah Marshall's really good.
Yeah.
What about you, Ron? You've got to have some.
Terminator.
Oh, yes, it's so sweet. Oh my God, I'm going to cry just you mentioning it.
I feel like at the base of everything, I've thought this a lot throughout my life. Every movie is a love story. Friday the 13th is a love story.
That's so true.
He loves his mama.
Yeah, Jason just loves his mama so much. He wants revenge on everybody. Michael Myers just loves Jamie so much. He wants to be close to her.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead is about a father's love for his dead son, right?
Midsommar is about a breakup and then new love afterwards, right?
It's about the love of period tea, right?
They drink that?
Yeah, and right.
Okay.
Oh no, it's pube hair tea. Yeah, not period. Pube hair tea.
All right, should we rate You've Got Mail?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Like I said, I had not seen this before, but I did enjoy it. I was trying to watch it a second time, but only got halfway through. It kept cutting out. That's the other thing. This one's not easy to find. We had to find it on YouTube TV, but it's a very good movie. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan have some chemistry, but there's something seems off to me. Maybe I give it a 3.5 old typewriters out of 5.
Yeah, I started at a 4.25, but after talking, I'll probably take it down to a 4 out of 5. It's still a good movie, but it's not Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So, and maybe, I don't know, a 4 out of 5 daisies. She loves daisies.
She loves them. They're so happy, aren't they?
Yeah. What about you, Autumn?
I think 5 out of 5.
Is that-
I love it.
You love it?
I love it for what it is. It's perfect. Oh, and then I should finish it with what? Can I do a quote instead?
Yeah.
What does he say? It's like an on and on forever until we both. What was that?
I
What do you
don't
say when
remember.
you get married?
Till death do us part.
To death do us part. But is that what he says?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Don't cry, shop girl. That was cute. FOX. I need to pick out something I like.
You did. You said 5 out of
5.
5. Don't cry, shop girl.
Oh, men that have too much money and live in boats.
I would never date a man with a boat.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But do you know who does love men in boats?
Who?
Our podcast network, the PFPN. Let's hear from them.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
So now that we've heard from our podcast network, let's get to the news. And we're going to start with movies this episode. What do you got for movies, Rod?
I've got the top 5 for that week. Looks like A Bug's Life came in at number 1. Then it was followed by You've Got Mail. And then number 3 was The Prince of Egypt, with number 4 being Star Trek Insurrection. And number 5, Enemy of the State, the big Will Smith movie that no one remembers with Gene Hackman.
So I had some movies that were released on Christmas Day that year. Patch Adams was number 1.
Love that movie.
The Stepmom with
Stepmom
Julia
is
Roberts.
such a good movie.
And then The Faculty. On December 31st, U.S. movie box office hits a record $6.24 billion in 1 year. I don't know what it's made since then. I'm sure that's increased just as money increases and the cost of going to the fucking movies increases. Do you have any horror movies that were released?
There was some real bangers coming out in 1998. Bride of Chucky.
Mid.
Oh.
We're talking about romance.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's true.
Halloween H2O.
Mid.
It's about a brother coming to find his sister. The classic I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mid.
Ooh, I love those
What's
movies.
What's under mid?
You don't like that?
No.
You don't? Well, I guess
No.
I still know what you did is kind of stupid. I know what you did is.
They're coming out with a new one this year.
They are?
Yeah.
Is that the one where she's in the middle of the street and she's like, "What do you want from me?" Is that what it is?
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, right?
Yeah.
I want to play her.
From Asia, Japan specifically, we got The Ring, aka Ringu.
Ooh.
And then we copied them.
Yeah, so not the Ring that you probably know or most Americans know, but the original. That
Which one do you like better?
I haven't seen the original yet.
Okay.
Well, considering that I totally dislike the American
You do?
versions, I probably like the Japanese version. I own it. It's sitting over there in a box set from Arrow Video.
Me too.
I found it in Pennsylvania at Living Dead Weekend for like $20, still sealed.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
I'll take that. And the guy's like, that won't play on an American DVD player. I was like, I don't care.
The final horror movie from 1998, Urban Legend. I think it's underrated. It came out at the time of Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it had a lot of up and coming cast. You had Jared Leto in that one.
What is it? In terms of a love story, can you explain it to me?
It's about a killer that loves somebody so much that they pull urban legends on them. Like they throw somebody's dog in a microwave.
Okay, I think I have seen that movie.
Make one guy drink drain cleaner.
The problem with the 90s horror is a lot of the stuff that I feel like people know is not the stuff that I like. Did you ever see there's a movie called Cherry Falls?
Yeah.
I really enjoy that one.
And it didn't get very much attention.
So yeah, now that we've talked about horror movies of 1998, what about Top TV? What's Top TV looked like in 1998?
Top 5. ER was number 1. You love ER?
Yeah.
First
sorry.
favorite show, she
First
said.
favorite show. I was a kid.
Yeah, Friends came in at number 2 since Seinfeld was gone.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a
Then you had Frasier.
Which is interesting to me that Frasier.
Oh, that was poppin'.
It was a lot bigger than a lot of people thought. You had Monday Night Football.
Surprise.
But here was a surprising one. Number 5 was tied. 2 that I think I heard of one, and I don't know about the other. Veronica's Closet, and then a show called Jessie.
And then I had the rest, 60 Minutes, Touched by an Angel, the CBS Sunday night movie again, and Home Improvement. Here's the interesting thing, though.
Oh, is that what
1,
he did?
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top 10 are on NBC.
NBC ruled in the 90s.
4 out of the top 5 are on NBC, other than Monday Night Football, which since its inception has pretty much been a top 10 every week. I mean, Touched by an Angel, CBS movie in 60
What was
minutes.
Touched by an Angel again?
It was about a lady that was an angel.
Yeah, wasn't her name Maura Downing or something like that?
Yeah, and she had like some helpers, and she would just go to different people every episode and try to help them. It kind of reminded me of Highway to Heaven.
Oh, yeah, with London.
So was this past like Wings and like Designing Women? That was,
I don't
was that
remember.
early 90s?
I think those were early 90s.
In sports, in the Big 12 championship, number 10 Texas A&M beats number 2 Kansas State in double overtime. Then in the SEC championship, Tennessee beats Mississippi State. The Davis Cup seems to come up a lot. Sweden beats Italy 4-1, and the Heisman Trophy winner was the smoking token Ricky Williams. He went to the NFL and did a lot of pot. I think he had a decent career, but the Saints moved up to get him, and he just didn't live up to what people thought he would be.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
so.
I hope he enjoyed his pot.
Oh, I'm sure he's still enjoying his pot.
On December 1st, I had American swimmer Jenny Thompson broke her own world record in the women's 100-meter butterfly in a short course with a time of 56.9. I don't know. I didn't quite get this short course.
What do you mean?
It didn't make any sense.
Did she have to go like down and back instead of just down?
I guess. I mean, it's only 100 meters.
I don't know. I was a swimmer, but I was not an Olympic swimmer.
No.
Yeah. Now that we've covered sports news, let's get to some music.
All right. Number 1 song in the U.S., I'm Your Angel by R. Kelly and Celine Dion.
Will you sing it for us? I don't remember it.
No, I won't. And that's got to have a different tone now with R. Kelly.
Oh, can I tell you a story about R. Kelly's songs?
Oh, yeah?
He has a song most people don't know called Do You Have Your Passports? Do You Have Your Shots? And it's real. You can find it on YouTube. And he sang it in like Ethiopia and stuff. And it was just trying to get girlfriends.
Wow.
Oh.
He's a creep, but it's a beautiful song.
Does he have one about waterfalls? I'm chasing waterfalls?
No,
That's TLC, yeah. What was the number 1 song in England?
In England, it was To You I Belong by Bewitched.
I remember this group, but I don't know that song.
Don't know it either, but I vaguely heard the song or the group name. Then number 1 in the R&B category was Nobody's Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox.
What?
I have no clue.
No idea.
Oh, I should have listened to these.
Country, it was Husbands and Wives by Brooks and Dunn. I love Brooks and Dunn, but I've never heard the song.
I don't know any of these songs.
Well, it's going to get worse here, except for the last one, because number 1, the alternative, was Never There by Cake. I've heard of Cake, but I don't know any of their songs really. But here we go. Number 1 dance track, Believe by Cher. Do you believe in love?
Do you believe in love after love?
Okay.
Do you believe in love after love? Right?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it was always a dance song?
Well, no. It came out as a actual like pop song, and then they remixed it.
So, and then it went to number 1 on the dance charts.
Love that.
The other popular songs of that year were Doo Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill, and then Lullaby by Sean Mullins.
She grew up with the children of the stars.
Where he just kind of speaks it like the whole time, except for the chorus.
I sing everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye.
When he says Lullaby, yeah.
Oh.
It's a good song. I mean, it's a decent song. I won't say it's a great song, but yeah, it's
a big hit. Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Oh, baby, Man,
Yeah.
I love that.
You got the Britney Spears hair going on today, it looks
Really?
like.
Oh, yeah, I do have braids.
Oh, thank you, Brian. I didn't think I did.
Aw, that's true. Well, you're wearing the outfit from that. Nobody can see. So this is for the audio listeners. Rod is wearing the outfit, the little schoolgirl outfit from the video, the music video.
I much rather you would have wore the red spandexy video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Hey, let's move on to world news. I've got December 1st, Exxon announces a $37.7 billion deal to buy Mobil, creating Exxon Mobil, the world's largest company at the time.
And they jacked up gas prices ever since.
December 6th, Hugo Chavez is elected as president of Venezuela.
Venezuela?
Venezuela.
Is that how they say it in Venezuela?
I don't know.
On December 8th, the Tangina massacre, 81 people are killed by armed groups in Algeria.
Why'd you bring that up? I've been trying to forget it this whole time.
Have you? Well, I'm sorry. On December 11th, there was Thai Airways Airbus crashes near Surat Thani Airport, killing 101 people.
I had a little bit more on that. As their attempt to land at the airport had failed multiple times, the crew became upset, causing them not to maintain awareness of the condition of their aircraft until it started to enter an upset condition. And then the pilot failed to recover the aircraft, and then it crashed into the swamp.
Oh my gosh.
Lord. Then on December 16th, Iraq disarmament crisis, Operation Desert Fox. The United States and United Kingdom bombed targets in Iraq to degrade its ability to produce, store, maintain, and deliver weapons of mass destruction. So pre-Desert Storm?
Well, this would have been after George Bush Sr.'s, but before Jr.'s war.
Desert Storm, the one you were talking about with all the propaganda?
Oh yeah, it's all pretty much about oil and gas. And, yeah.
On December 12th, TV personality Melissa Rivers, who's Joan Rivers' daughter, she wed horse breeder John Endicott at the Plaza Hotel in New York City. She had a show on E, I believe.
Yeah, I think they had a show on E where they talked about like who dressed the best for the Oscars and Emmys and all this stuff.
And she married
a horse breeder.
Guy who
horse breeder
handles horse semen.
Yes. Well, I'm sure he paid somebody to do it.
Did you know that's the most expensive liquid on the earth?
Really?
No.
Oh.
What, horse semen?
Yeah.
It might be. And then on December 19th, the U.S. House of Representatives votes to impeach President Bill Clinton over, the charges and everything going on with Monica Lewinsky.
I did not have a sexual relationship with that woman.
Sent that to the Senate, and I'm not sure whatever happened with that. I mean,
yeah, where did the dress go?
He was still the president. I think he's finished his terms up.
December 19th, American actress Vivica A. Fox weds American singer Christopher Harvest at the Park Plaza in Los Angeles. They later divorced in 2002 because he was a rapper.
He's talking about all the love that's going on.
I'm trying.
Yeah, marriage.
There's another one too.
What?
December 20th, Def Jam business mogul Russell Simmons weds model Kimora Lee on the French Caribbean island of Saint Bartholomew. They had a TV show together, I believe. I don't remember what it was called.
I think it was on MTV.
What was it about? Oh, it was a reality show?
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm rewatching Jersey Shore right now, if you guys need to know that news.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's amazing.
December 29th, the leaders of the Khmer Rouge, they were a terrorist group. They finally apologized for the 1970s genocide in Cambodia that claimed over 1 million people. I'm so glad that they took them that long to apologize.
How long did it take?
28 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like if you just apologize for genocide, it doesn't...
No, it doesn't make it better, no.
...do anything.
No. Let's talk about top toys. All you need to know, Furby. I think I worked at Walmart that year, and the Furby came out. I worked night shift, so we'd set up for Black Friday, and yeah, some lady broke her arm because someone pushed her out of the way to get a Furby. Now you can buy a Furby anytime you want, and I don't know that many people buy them because they're annoying as shit.
Oh my god, yeah, they don't stop.
Yeah.
Interesting stat on that was that 1.8 million were sold in 1998, and then in 1999 it freaking skyrocketed to 14 million.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it says 2 women were injured in a Furby stampede in Illinois, and shoppers knocked over displays to get them in Denver. There was a Furby stampede.
Stampede.
Yeah.
Some of the other popular toys, the Tamagotchi, the little like almost watch that you had to take care of the pet inside of it.
Yep.
Oh, on a keychain, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love those little things. But I think they had like off-brand ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure they had tons of them, but ooh, those are cool.
And 1 year before the film was released, they put out the Star Wars The Phantom Menace action figures.
Yeah, the action figures came out. There was Batman and Robin. I don't know what that was connected to, if it was just another movie or animated or just Batman and Robin. And then there was Mummies Alive action figures.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't remember them back then.
So,
Was that like the Anakin Skywalker era of
with the pod racing and when he was a kid.
yeah, when he was a kid.
that people don't like, right? And it has the Jabba,
As the greatest character, Jar Jar Binks.
I feel like it's kind of come around now where they're like, oh, we should not hate this. We got
like
something
Jar
Star
Jar
Wars.
Binks.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I thought people would make fun of that, but I loved it as a child.
WWF figures from Jax were big too.
And they're still all over the shelves of Walmart. It has like half an aisle of just wrestling figures.
Some of the Barbies that came out in 1998, lead singer Barbie, she had like a guitar. And then there was a series of Adventures with Little Friends of Kelly. Kelly Roberts, she was the youngest sister of Barbie. She would later name Chelsea Roberts, was like Skipper and Stacy. And then they had an older sister of Chrissy. I don't understand the whole lore. I mean, we've talked about some of this before, and it seems like I keep finding more and more about Barbie that I didn't know about.
I know Skipper, but you said it was Kelly?
There was a Kelly doll, yeah.
Don't let Rod lie to you. He has all of those Barbies
I know.
in the other room.
I can see him behind you actually on
Yeah.
the shelves. That's so crazy.
Yeah. So I had one birth, December 22nd. Leto, her name's like Alyssa Michelle Stevens, American rapper who did the song Big Energy. She was born in Columbus, Ohio.
And then I had Ramy Schreiber, passed away on December 24th. He was an American physicist who helped develop the first atomic bomb and prepared Fat Boy, that bomb, or Fat Man, I guess it was called Fat Man, the bomb, be used on Nagasaki. He died at 88.
Well, it's sad he died, but it's also sad that he made the atomic bomb.
Yeah, well, he didn't do it alone. But
No.
yeah.
On December 14th, there was a TV movie actor, Norman Fell, who was in Three's Company as Stanley Roper. He was in the movie The Graduate. He died of bone marrow cancer at 74. And then on December 19th, Antonio Ordonez, he was a Spanish bullfighter who had over 3,000 bullfights, dies of liver cancer at 66. The bulls couldn't get him. The cancer did.
I would imagine he probably drank a lot to deal with the pain and you don't get in a bullfighting ring and not get caught every so often by a bull. Especially, would you say 3,000 fights?
Yeah, 3,000 bullfights.
Lord have mercy.
That's a lot.
I wrestled my 6-year-old this morning and I'm ready to drink.
One last one. This one's kind of a sad one. December 23rd, Michelle Thomas. She was an American actress. She played Myra from Family Matters. She was born in 1969. She died of a tumor.
Aww.
It was Urkel's girlfriend.
Yeah, she was young when she passed.
That's
yeah.
so sad. I love Family Matters.
Yeah, for a cost of living, a dozen eggs was $1.04. It says $1.66 in today's money, but eggs are like $4 a dozen again for some odd reason. A pound of bread was 86 cents. Sliced bacon was $2.54. Milk was $2.70, and a pound of potatoes was 38 cents. Where the hell do you buy a pound of potatoes? You just grab one potato and was like, "Here you go."
You don't have a potato guy?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, I have a
you
guy.
have a potato
yeah, I have
guy?
A guy.
that-
I'll give you his number.
He delivers them?
Well, no.
You have to go meet up for him.
Instead of fashion, I'm going to start doing the year in a nutshell. So 1998 in a nutshell, Google was founded. Titanic dominated the Oscars. Like we mentioned, President Bill Clinton was impeached. The first Apple iMac came out. Europeans agreed to the common currency of the euro. And Harrison Ford was named People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Oh, Harrison. Who is the sexiest woman alive? Do they announce
They
that?
don't. That's sexist, Brian.
Do you know who was this year's?
Sexiest man alive?
Yeah.
No.
Me?
Yes, exactly. John Krasinski. Weird, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, maybe when The Office was on, like however long ago, but come on, weird, right?
So he was 2024 sexiest man alive.
Yeah. Did you
I'm
like
good.
A Quiet Place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got any jokes?
Oh, no, I forgot.
I've got a couple. So they're more like romantic kind of jokes. Are you alone? Because you've got my interest. Pickup lines, basically.
Oh, Oh, that was good.
Oh, it took me a minute.
Here's one that kind of deals with the movie. Are you a Wi-Fi router? Because I'm feeling a connection.
Wow.
Maybe his internet will drop again.
Yeah, right? I like that. That was good.
Well, we want to thank Autumn for coming on the show again.
Yeah, thanks, Autumn.
Thank you so much.
Let's not pick a love story next time. Let's pick like a action, bloody, I don't even know. Something.
Yeah.
What do you think? A prison drama?
Oh, geez.
There's some love in that.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Have you heard that? That there's a video online and the kid's like, hey, Dad, did you know Jesus loves you is a great thing to hear in church? And he's like, really? And he says, but it's also a bad thing to hear in a Mexican prison.
Hey, we got a joke.
Get it?
No. Oh, he loves you. Okay,
yeah.
I get that.
Get it?
Jesus loves you.
Okay.
Jesus loves you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have gone most of my life being able to avoid movies I don't want to watch. So if you guys pick something I don't want to watch, it'll be, I mean, this is your time. You know what I mean?
She's pushed us out of our comfort zone. Not with Edward Scissorhands so much, but with this one a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did enjoy it. We could maybe push her out of her comfort zone. We won't pick like Necromantic or anything like that, but maybe like Midnight Express,
Reanimator,
or Murder in the First, something like that. And Murder in the First is based on a true story. So
okay,
yeah.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
I like that.
What do you think?
Like and subscribe
To all of our
smash
social
that like
media.
button.
Yeah, there's like the kids say, smash that like button.
Do they say that?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Check out the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast. Wrong Podcast Died. Salute the Shorts. Indie Spotlight. Appendages. Generational Trauma. Who knows what else we'll have in 2025 other than more episodes of the podcast.
That's right.
But go to YouTube, go to TikTok if that's still a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Lemonade is, I don't even know what's.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a replacement for TikTok because
it
TikTok's supposed to be gone by now. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And as they say in the land of the Northern Lights, till neste gong.
Bye.
And bye. Thanks, guys.
That marks the end of our broadcast day here at The Wrong Podcast Died. Our transmission is powered by a frequency of 800 watts. We will resume our usual programming in 2 weeks. Until then, we bid you good night.